Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight Starbright Tarot. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you. Okay, let's get started. Love to you guys. Oh, stepping into power. That's what we're doing. We're stepping into our power. This is what you need to do. You need to step into your power. Take control of your life. Take control of your mind, your emotions. Take control of your negative thoughts. Turn negative into positive. Turn pain into power. It's time to talk about yourself in truth and clarity. It's time to talk about yourself in ways that reflect your true inner nature. So choosing your path. Oh my God. Discovering truth. See? The accuracy of my readings is mind-blowing. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others, so stand tall, stand strong. You may have tattoos, arm tattoos of some kind, even maybe face tattoos for some of you. So discovering the truth, you stand in the light of truth. It's all about truth and clarity, knowing your truth. You may have a wise leader coming your way. This is like the Hermit card. We have mountains here and we have a torch. So, you know, this is somebody following you as well. People see you as a wise leader. You need to... Sorry, I got interrupted. So, yeah, discovering your truth. You stand in the light of the truth. Wise leader. You are a beacon for others and choosing your path, knowing that all is possible. So, you know, everything that you believe that you can accomplish can be accomplished. The only thing standing in your way is yourself, is your fear. So it's time to eradicate fear. And just remember, you reflect people's limitations and they reflect your fears. So think about that, meditate upon that. So all is possible, choosing your path, looking into the past, working out exactly how you used to feel in the best and most happiest moments of your life, and then work towards that again. If you did it once, you can do it twice. If you did it twice, you could do it 3 times. If you've done it 3 times, you can do it 4. So looking into your past, figuring out exactly where your most joyful times were in your life. But don't add the until I did this, or until I had that, or until. Don't add that. Just remember how you felt and know that you can do it again, no matter how young or how old you are. All is possible. You need to choose an unwavering path and know how powerful you are. Discovering the truth. And the truth, the key to your whole life is in your past. In your past actions, in your past regrets, in your past happinesses, in your truth. You're a person who's always stood in your truth. You're a person who's always been truthful. You're a person who maybe have been rejected because of the truth, or people have withheld their truths from you. Because when you stand in truth, when you stand in the light, it reflects other people's shortcomings. It reflects their lies. And they can't escape that. So they try and drag you down. They try and, you know, that they want to stay in their lie. And then that reflects back to you your fear, that you're unworthy of love. This person doesn't love you. This person, doesn't love you. You're not worth loving. You're not worthy. You're being gaslighted. But you accept that you're the one who's mad because somebody else said so. It's time to let go of all of that. Don't let other people reflect back a fear that you think you need to feel, because you don't. So overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. And we have like the sword in the peach, James and the giant peach. We have the sword in the stone here. You are worthy. Is it a peach or an apricot? Could be an apricot. So something to do with apricots here. Are there apricots mentioned in the Bible? I think apricots are actually seen as the true love apple, is what I'm getting to say to you as well. So don't be afraid to take back your power. Don't be afraid to walk in the light. Don't be afraid and hold yourself back because of others. So what do we really need to know here? So we'll get some more information. Using the Golden Tarot deck. Oh, here's one. And we have Justice. So, you know, discovering the truth, justice. Divine justice is here. Balance. You've always been an honest person. And, you know, and we're not talking about little white lies to protect others. We're talking about big truths here. You've always been an honest person. It's almost like you cannot tell a lie. And when you're walking amongst liars, when you're walking amongst people who are hiding things, you can see this. You can see straight through this. You can see straight through them. And there comes a time where you just have to call it out. You just have to say it for what it is. And, you know, this can be very damaging to you. They will, you know, set upon you. They will reject you. They will do everything in their power to hurt and harm you, to make you look stupid, to make you look mad. In the 1950s, the amount of women who were put into asylums by their partners was incredible, for the crime of being outworn by their partner, for the crime of telling the truth, for the crime of being emotional because, you know, you weren't allowed to be emotional. It's like the 1950s was very much a Stepford Wives situation. It's like the series Humans, you know, this roboticness, this human robot. This is what people in your life have wanted you to be, a human robot, but you're not. You're a warrior of God. You're a carrier of the light. You do not have to put up with people who try and hurt and harm you. When people hurt and harm you and you know your truth, you don't need to argue with them. You don't need to say anything. You just look them in the eye and say, what you're saying isn't true. And you pack your bags and you walk out the door and you never go back. Because that is the best lesson that we can teach people. And I'm not talking petty things here. I'm talking, you know, you have left no stone unturned. You have done everything to save your relationships. You have done everything to please others. You have gone to counselling together, willingly, and your partner has been truthful. But then if your partner was being truthful or the people around you were being truthful, there wouldn't be all of these problems in your relationship in the first place. Like big problems, right? So, wise leader, you need to step into your power, you need to lead and guide others. You need to take all of your experience, all of your knowledge, all of your knowing, and teach others. Put yourself out there. Because, you know, you're being asked by the divine to lead. And Four of Cups. So, yeah, you know, justice here. You're looking into the past, you're wanting justice, you're wanting divine justice, you're wanting justice in real life, in the 3D, for having been Four of Cups, for having been emotionally drained, looking back in regret with this Four of Cups. Kind of almost, yeah, but I'm getting that somebody else is feeling this way. Because when you wake up, when you stand tall, when you stand in your power, and you don't have to say much, you know, you can do it silently. This is what it's all about. You know, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to drag the truth out of others, because you will learn a hard lesson that they will hold to their lies to the bitter end. So Four of Cups, you know, you're being made to feel like you're the problem. You're made to feel guilt, sorrow, regret. But at the end of the day, you know, we have angelic assistance and angelic guidance here, trying to help you to pick yourself back up again. And here, this person, you know, they're sitting, their heart is aching. So there could be some issues here to do with the heart as well. But yeah, you're wanting justice before you take action. The thing is that when there is injustice, when there is no justice, that tells you everything. Why are people fighting so hard to keep you in this position? Because you are a spiritual leader, you are a spiritual guide, you are a spiritual light upon this world. You are their justice, because they're sad, they're guilty. When you take yourself out of the equation, they can do nothing but think about themselves, what they've done, what they tried to do to you, for no other reason than to make themselves, these little children, these little children having tantrums inside an adult body, you know, making you feel like you're the problem when you're not. So you're also going to lead the downtrodden. You know, you're going to lead the suffering. And you're going to assist them to pick themselves back up, to give them power, force, stability in love. You know, things have been unstable when it comes to love, when it comes to the emotions. When you stand strong and realize that there is nothing wrong with you, or even if there is something wrong with you, if somebody else isn't willing to meet you halfway, your partners, your friends, you know, then what's the point of staying with them? What's the point of being with them if they can't be truthful, is what I'm getting to say to you. And choosing your path. We have the Hanged Man, seeing things from a different perspective. Your path is a path of peace. It's a path of enlightenment. This is like yesterday's reading. It's a path of patience and tolerance, but not to be sacrificed. You're no one's sacrifice. You don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to sacrifice yourself to people who aren't worthy. You know, they are trying to make a sacrifice out of you. You've sacrificed enough. It's time to stand tall. It's time to know that all is possible. That it's a time for action. You know, being held and waiting. This period of waiting is coming to an end. But this period of waiting has been for you to grow in enlightenment, to see things from the true perspective, to know the truth of someone. All those red flags that you saw or see in the people that you're dealing with, bring them to the front of your mind. And how does it make you feel? Like, I have a couple of people from my past, I think of them and they make, when I really think of the things that they did that I really reacted against, like a couple of those things were like almost, I just think, wow, they're kind of perverse. They're perverts. And that's weird, because I think to myself, is that true? And then I think of those I see those images of why I think that, and then it comes to me fully. I think, yeah, I was right to feel that about that person. I was right to think that that person was inappropriate. That's why you leave someone. That's why they don't deserve to be in your life. Think of those. Are they violent? Are they violent over stupid things? I just watched a TikTok where it's like a prank of kids telling their parents to shut up. And you've got children who look terrified of their father's reaction. Like, I mean, terrified. So, like, people are watching those TikToks and thinking, wow, isn't that funny? Look at that big man. There was a little girl who backed up into the corner of her room as her giant man of a father who looked like he was going to harm her. I'm not saying that's true, but that's how it felt. And if that's how it feels, that could be connected to my own trauma, but you can't deny the look on children's faces. And those two girls that I'm talking about, you could see it on their faces. The two witnesses corroborating a truth. But then you bring that up later and it's a shit fight, it's an argument. I'm insane, I'm crazy, right? Yeah. You're not dealing with these people anymore. You know, you can't deal with these violent, perverse people anymore. These liars. You can't be complicit. Yeah, 5 of Wands, overcoming obstacles. Yeah, you know, you've been beaten down, you've been trashed, you've had the mob attacking you, because that's what's happening here. We have somebody in the middle being attacked by the mob. You know, you're different, there's something wrong with you, you don't lie, you don't do this, because people project themselves onto you, and that's the big giveaway. You know, like if you've done nothing wrong, you've just told a truth, you've tried to out someone for their bad behavior, you know, and this is what you get for it. The mob here, you know, are complicit. They're complicit in, you know, hiding truths, and people are being harmed. when you're not allowed to stand up for the innocent children of this world, when you're not allowed to stand up for the innocent people, the downtrodden, when you're not allowed to stand up for them, and this is what happens to you. Like, you know, Jesus stood up to the Pharisees, didn't he? And then he got crucified for it, because you can't go against the government. You can't go against the societal rhetoric of the day. Because it's not just the government. Like, everybody blames the government, but you have this herd mentality that joins in. You know, and where does all this begin? It begins at school. We're all, doesn't matter how old you are, or what society you're living in, or what kind, if you've been through a Western public school system, then, you know, were you the outsider just watching the school bullies? Were you a school bully? Were you a queen bee? You know, were you the popular group? Were you on the periphery of the popular group, afraid, you know, that if you weren't part of it, that you'd be picked on? You know, society is created in these environments, and our society behaves no differently to schools. People who do weird, perverse things, and I'm not a prude, but, you know, people who try and harm others through violence, through words, deliberately, you know, through their own perversity, then, and you've seen somebody do that, that's a big red flag. Get your kids away from them immediately, you know. And then Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're being gaslighted, treated like an option, you know, lied to. Your emotions don't lie. Four of Cups. Your emotions don't lie. Your heart doesn't lie. So it's time, you know, to have your own justice. Bring justice to yourself. Know that you are worthy of being a leader. You know, you're discovering truths here. And this is guided, divinely guided truths. Yeah, you've been Seven of Cups. You've been gaslighted. You've been treated like an option. You know, things hidden from you behind the veil. You know, people trying to hide their lies is what I'm getting. Nine of Cups. So, you know, behind this Seven of Cups, you go to Nine of Cups. This is telling you that the only way out of this is to take your child. There's a mother and child here. Nine of Cups. Nines are all about retreat. It's all about solitude. It's the number of the hermit. It's the number of wisdom. You know, take your child, take your children and get them out, because you want to bring up your children. You want to, you know, be among people who can bring happiness and joy. Better to be a single parent than have your child subjected to trauma, is what I'm getting to say to you. Because trauma begets more trauma. You know, I grew up in an exceedingly traumatic, abusive childhood, yet, you know, here I sit, unbroken. So because I knew when it was time to go, because I see people's lies. I know they lied to me. I know they tried to harm me to keep secrets. I don't even know who my mother is, right? Not because I was adopted or anything like that, but there's some confusion around my aunts. It's like I have one of those stories, you know, turns out my sister's my mother. Yeah, turns out my auntie, I don't know which one, who were both subjected to abuse by my father. So I'm the product of abuse. I'm the product. And so therefore I was rejected by my family from a young age. I was a gentle, innocent child, but completely rejected. Everybody in my family hated me, and I didn't know it, and I didn't know why. And so I've had the mindset, the mentality my whole life that everybody secretly hates me because I could feel it. I was the problem. I was the product of something. But am I glad I'm alive? Am I glad I've had this life? Yes, I am. Because I can sit here and talk to you and let you know if I can get through it. Anyone can, and it's been hard. It's been hard. But I have found happiness amongst it all, and now I'm finding peace. And I know that divine justice is the only justice. And how do we have divine justice? We know our truth, and we lead others to understand that what they feel is real. If you're made to feel afraid, if you're made to feel, you know, I don't know how you explain that feeling. What is that feeling? Like icky. If you're made to feel ick, you know, somebody's making you feel icky, predator, like, you know, you're about to become a victim to a predator, you know, that feeling. I don't know what the word is for that. So, yeah. So I don't know what this reading's about. This reading was not as I intended it to be. But, you know, you don't need to be sacrificed. You don't need to be the sacrificial lamb. This could be holding you back with this Hanged Man here and this Five of Swords. You know, you're afraid of the mob. You're afraid of the mob mentality because you're enlightened. You know, when people look at you, it's not because they don't like you. It's they know immediately that you can read their thoughts. You can read them. You know, you can feel them. And you react in that, you know, like, and you're putting out, you know, you're putting out quiet signals, subconscious signals that they're picking up from their subconscious. So they withdraw from you out of fear of being revealed for their limitations or being revealed for their illnesses, you know, manipulations, for their bullying tactics. You can recognize a bully as soon as you meet them, and this can be in the form of a person who you just know's been in the popular group, or maybe they weren't, and now, you know, now they want you to be, you know, subject to their own, you know, mental delusions about being a queen bee over you, is what I'm getting. I don't know if this makes sense. Target, a goal-orientated person. So, you know, you've always been goal-oriented. You may have been very successful, but love has been a real issue for you in your life. You know, the partners that you've had, this, you know, when it comes to friendships and things like that. So when it comes to your work, you're very capable. You're a person who could be very much in demand, but you became a target because, you know, you have a whistleblower mentality. Not because you're a whistleblower. You know, there's weird connotations around that. It's like, oh, whistleblowers, you know, oh no. But what do whistleblowers do? They tell a truth. They unveil, you know, and cut through the confusion, the smokescreen that people who are deceitful, who are liars, who hurt others for power, who are in jobs where they don't care about the people that they're looking after. It's like the bad nurse or the bad teacher or the bad principal or the, you know, like who, or the bad person in the nursing home, you know, vulnerable. When you take advantage of vulnerable people, this is logged in the book of life. You know, when you're compassionate, just naturally compassionate towards vulnerable people, you would never harm them, you would never hurt them. But, you know, you've had a target on your back because you're more successful in the right ways than what a lot of people who've crept into these positions. Like with teachers, I don't understand why teachers and nurses and people in these government positions aren't put under psychological testing prior to getting the job. I also believe that teachers should not get a job for life. Nobody should have a job for life, like no one. They should be tenured like you do at universities. You know, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. That's the solution. When people's jobs are at risk, if they're not performing at their best, if they're hurting and harming the people that they're responsible for, when you all of a sudden, you know, make them have to work for it because, you know, their jobs are in the balance, it's amazing, you know, how you weed out the shit, you know, or the wheat from the chaff. Jobs for life just make lazy, obnoxious people. Yes, you do have people who have jobs for life who do amazing things, but it also attracts people who are malicious. And the last 20 years, the education system is just entrenched with malicious and vicious people who have no interest in making the lives of children better. And the education departments have been infiltrated by people who just want to create little monsters for the future. because there's a bigger agenda at play with the dark and light forces of the world. So, you know, you're a leader, you have wisdom, and you've been made to feel less than. Who are these people to make you feel less than? You know when you get that feeling about someone in your stomach, you know. Purse. Pay attention to your finances. So, you know, you're worried about money, pay attention to your finances. You know, when it comes to love and money, there seems to be a problem here, a block here. Or there's some revelation within your finances, you know, or somebody checks up on your finances, you know, they're always checking up on you, how much money you're spending, withholding money from you, trying to get money from you, won't give you money, keeps you poor while they, you know, like partners who keep their spouses poor, you know, but they kind of seem to be well dressed themselves. You know, the ones that are checking your phones, the ones that are questioning you, they're the ones who are having the affairs. They're the ones that are misappropriating money. They're the ones who have deep down the need to feel guilty. So, you know, love and money doesn't seem to go hand in hand. You need to turn your back. Maybe money is what's stopping you from moving onto your rightful path. Don't worry about money, you know, take the leap of faith and it will form. People leave with nothing and start again. You can do this. You've done it before, you can do it again. And yes, you feel tired. Yes, you feel down. Yes, you feel out, but you're not. You are stronger than this. You are stronger than them. Don't let them win. You know, that's your calling. Do not let people who aren't worthy of you, who have hurt you, who have harmed you, who hurt and harm others, don't let these people win. And how do they not win? How is there justice in this? You just leave them. Get out of their lives. If they threaten to hurt you or harm you, get an AVO out on them before you leave. You know, or go, just leave in secret. Pack your bags and go. I had a friend who she was in a terrible situation. Her partner took all of her credit cards off her, took everything off her because he sensed she was going to leave, run with the kid, and she rang me and I sent her the money. I said, just get in your car and go. Now, her son had a kid's birthday party to go to, had a child's birthday party to go to, and I said, go to the party as if all is normal, and I said, just go and I'll send you money. You know, and I did. And she got away. Mountain road, you are on the road to success, overcoming obstacles. You know, people who are trying to manipulate you, keep you down, hurt you, harm you, are not going to succeed. You're going to overcome all obstacles. You're going to have success. They're going to have to see you. The type of success that you're going to have is going to show you as a person of light. It's going to show you as the true person that you are. You're going to tell your story. And these people cannot, like, you know, you can say something in public and, you know, about someone, and if they're not coming forward to deny it, then 9 times out of 10, you know. So, and on the bottom, this could be November, could be important for you as well. You could be born in November, this could be occurring in November. You know, you're getting safe passage. You know, you're walking the narrow path, and you will be successful. And on the bottom we have the axe. Yeah, forces working against you. This is how you feel. You don't feel like there's justice here for you. Well, there is. Just remember, everyone is judged, but a sincere wish will be granted. Needle and thread, you're going through the eye of the needle. You are worthy to cross the path. Yeah, so, you know, any weapon formed against me shall not prosper kind of energy. So, you know, keep moving forward. And we have Buddha wisdom here. Be harmless, be blameless, awaken to eternal truth. You know your truth. And you may have shouted and screamed and yelled, but what were you shouting and screaming and yelling for? Someone to stop? Someone to stop harming? Someone to listen? Someone to love you? Were you screaming and shouting at that person saying, you know, all I want from you is for us to be happy? All I want from you is to love our children. All I want from you is to have a happy family, to grow old together. All I want from you is to be truthful. All I want from you is to stop you from gaslighting, from saying I'm crazy when you know I'm not, for lying to me, for having affairs behind my back, for taking money off me, for leaving me poor. These are the reasons I'm yelling at you? Is this the reason you're yelling at this person? Is this the reason you're angry and frustrated? Angry and frustrated out of the fact that you love this person, that you thought that you'd be happy together, but they're doing everything to make you miserable because they know that you're more powerful than them. They probably couldn't even get where they're going without you. So this is divine masculine. The divine is saying, be harmless, be blameless, awaken to the eternal truth. You know, and this is what you've done. You as a blameless person, you as a harmless person, all you tried to do was wake them up to the truth, because the truth is what heals all things. You can go to all the counselors in the world. You can go to all the marriage counselors. You can go to the you can go to a counselor yourself, you know, but until you get the truth, healing can't occur. So if you're in a relationship where one person's just not willing to be honest and truthful, that relationship will never change. It will never repair. It will never get better. And you just have to leave. Because you know the truth. You know who this person is. And if they're not willing to sit and fight for you by telling the truth and say, you know what, I did have an affair. Yeah, I did do those things because I was frightened of you finding out that I wasn't really worthy of you all along, because that's subconsciously what it's about. They don't feel worthy of you because they're not. Because if they were worthy of you, they wouldn't treat you this way. Wow, okay, enough of this. Love to you guys. Okay, that's for someone. Yeah. Oh, do not carry with you your mistakes. Rise up from the ashes. See a new beginning every day. Do not carry with you your mistakes. Rise up from the ashes. See a new beginning in every day. Repent. Ask for forgiveness. And never do it again. Whatever your part is. We're all guilty of something. And that's what these people play on. You know, we all feel guilty about something. I could have handled that better. Well, they're lying to you. I shouldn't have yelled. It's not divine to yell. Well, you yelled and cried out of frustration because you were fighting for your relationship. You were fighting for the relationship. That's what you were fighting for. You weren't fighting with them. You were fighting for the relationship, and they wouldn't fight for you. And when people don't fight for you, when they don't meet you on the same playing field, it's never going to work. And you have somewhere else to be. You have success in your future. You're going to rise like the phoenix out of the ashes, as these cards said. You're rising like the phoenix out of the ashes. And you're going to move forward. You know, and the Four of Cups is about family. This is about family betrayal. Your family is betraying you. You feel alone, heartbroken, in the wilderness. This is what people have done to you. People you'd never expect. You know, all you tried to do was to guide them and lead them, because you are a wise leader. You know, but the angels are here to help you, to assist you. You know, you're not going to be kept down anymore. People cannot harm you anymore. You're going to the promised land. You're going somewhere better so that you can fulfill your path, so that you can fulfill, you know, your mission on earth. So rise, be strong, be fearless, leave.